Gagey, how you doing? I am good. Take a quick second to get more fancy. Now we can talk. I'm going to keep it down a little bit because the rest of the house is sleeping. But occasionally I cannot, so here we are. So Gagey, how are you today? If you can hear me okay. Is that hollow? I'd imagine it's not the lightest of bow ties. And while I'm just chilling, I got off work a little bit ago. Actually, it is sort of hollow. It's actually thick, but if you look carefully, this is a wormy chestnut. It is literally the lightest wood I've ever held and been aware of. It's, I don't know how to display lightness, but it's super light. If I had to put the two, you know what? I don't actually know for sure. Let's see. Happen to have that. So let's go ahead and zero that out. All right. Let's see how much the regular bow tie weighs. About 16 grams. More or less. Let's see what this thing weighs. 35. So roughly twice. So if you can handle 2 bow ties at 16, 17 grams, you can handle one at 35. So it's super light. So that came in handy. Bought that for my son's science experiment. He was weighing the effects of aerodynamics. And he was measuring lift. Anyways, let's go ahead and start this thing. We're already on pretty much the finest grit we're going to get into it all. So let's go ahead and clean it off, get all the dust out of it, and see where we actually are, because that should reveal some more stuff too, I would imagine. Awesome Amy says hi. How you doing? Marco Pottage says hi. So yeah, I pretty much used the lightest stuff I could find that I had. This also didn't hurt that this is a 100-year-old wood. this species of wood has not grown in North America for well over 100 years, so just happened to got my hands on some, right? I think that looks good enough to not have to do anything else, honestly. I like a little bit of that green that's still kind of raised, you know? Kind of makes it feel more like fabric. But no, it's all out of a little chunk. Oh yeah, man, you're pretty close. You're pretty close. In fact, let me get you an idea of what, relatively speaking, what we would typically be looking at. All right, let's go again. Let's go back to one. A little dusty. All right. Already at 0. Again, put the bow tie on. 18, 19. 36, 37. Hey, Gagey, the realism is on point and the wrinkles and wrap is crazy. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I really enjoyed making this piece. It's very relaxing. Let's see, just so that we relatively know. Let's see what else. So that was what, 37? Relatively, let's see what these little earbuds package without the buds in them. Same. So, pretty easy. Not too heavy at all. Not too heavy at all. I'll show you the wood I cut it from. See if I can find a piece. This is salvaged from a old building, some demolition. So that's how I got it. American chestnut. So pretty lightweight. Pretty lightweight. I carry about that weight in my back pocket daily, 24/7. So yeah, awesome sauce. I'll turn it around a little bit, face you this way. We'll get back to putting some sort of finish on this thing. See what I can come up with. I think I want to put color on one side and something, maybe a little stain on the other side. Don't know yet. I may just go ahead and put a quick coat of the old last one of these. Have to go to the microfibers after that. But put on some boiled linseed oil and we'll see what it looks like. And maybe we'll just do one side first and take a look at it and see what we like about it, see what we don't. If we want something different, we'll do something different on the other side. But I want this to be reversible, flippable. and so I'm losing everything. All the new stuff doesn't have a designated place yet, so they just disappear. So, so far, let's see. Leaf says I'm gonna do this, going to this, or going to this. Okay. Not sure what going means, but I'm old, so don't feel bad about that. That wood grain and color would be perfect for the handle of a mallet or chisel. Wow. Funny you should say that. I can actually show you this on a mallet. This is one of my mallets. This is my dead blow, made out of the same stuff. I do use it quite a bit, but it's got the same wormholes everywhere. Nice, interesting. That's actually a wormhole. It looks like a crack, but it's a cool wormhole that's going through the wood. Same here. So it's one of my favorites. It's a little dirty right now. I might sand it down, make it a little prettier. But oh, well, I guess I know what gooning means now. Okay, so here we are. Let's get this, let's see, in there. Gagey, I appreciate the gentleman-like explanation. I can dig it. So, I've got an idea. I'm going to do this a few times. That's beautiful. Like immediately, that's beautiful. Not even objectively beautiful. That is a gorgeous color coming through. Oh, something about that boiled linseed oil, man. Just wow. Wow. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and throw some more in there. Oh, doesn't it though? Like it is an extreme. It is quite an extreme look. Well, because it's got these wormholes, one, it's kind of got its own little natural color variant, right? And then it is a very raised grain wood. It's so you've got that texture, right? I mean, wow. Let's go ahead and give it a little bit more. Let's give it a little bit more. How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's chilling. Pardon me for being so low right now. I gotta keep the family snoozing until the morning, so let's get back popping a little bit more. This, in fact, I'm gonna spin it around here maybe for a minute. I'll give you old west side view. something. Let's go ahead and hit these sides here. Nice one. I'm just gonna do the whole thing. I really think I'm just gonna go ahead and go over the whole thing. All right, here we go. We can get excited again, I think. Love this part. Let's see if this side can get as good as that side. Maybe. It's interesting. It's more subtle. There are definitely less color variables on the side. Wow. I mean, the goal was to end up with something that was nice enough to actually wear to an event where you would have a bow tie on. This does not look silly. Doesn't look like a stick-on. It looks like a bow tie. Let's take a look at our example that we brought up. Size-wise, we've got the size good, I think. Of course, we're thicker. I like it. Yeah, the moment you realize your work looks better than their expectations. Yeah, definitely. Max says that's impressive. Thank you, Max. I could honestly see you wearing that as a pendant It'd be killer though. I'm gonna wear it as a bow tie. I'm so not kidding. Uh, but what I'm gonna have to do is figure out how my fastener system should work. Because whatever it is, it's gonna have to penetrate and it's gonna have to be able to grab on. Or I could do something like this, right? Where I've got a ribbon, an actual ribbon or something that goes around, and maybe the ribbon itself also wraps around this, and that way I could have some variable, you know what I mean? Sort of like that, you know what I mean? Just match whatever you're wearing. Oh, that's gonna be killer. That's gonna be dope. 'Cause I could do that with this, you know what I'm saying? Like you could show up. Like that would still be fly. I would totally do that. So that's how I'll fasten it. That way I won't have to put any penetrations. I can opt for either side. And I'm probably going to try to stain one of these sides a different, just to have some variable. I like options. Chisel a divot through one end, like the bent part of a straw, and put leather in that and a pin. I don't know that I trust a magnet, Joe. That's not the worst idea. But I think I think that's the answer. Right there, what's actually already happening with this one, right? This is not how conventional bow ties, you tie it out like you would, regular tie. But these kinds of bow ties, it's just got a loop that goes around, sewn into itself, right? So you could easily make a loop here of fabric to go around, and then you just send your whatever goes around your neck. I don't know what you call that part, but it goes around your neck and it hooks on the other side. Same way. You just have to use fabric for this part. And I don't hate that. I don't dislike the idea of putting something else over here. That would give you the option of being able to kind of mix it up. You know what I mean? Kind of at your outfit work. Casey says old t-shirt comes in clutch. It's a very good idea though, Wes. Oh, yeah, thank you. I do like the idea of leather. Maybe we could we do a couple of leather collars, right? And they just clip on and snap on the back. And then you send the, like an elastic material or something around there so it doesn't get too heavy or weighty on your neck. But I like the idea of a leather over the face of that. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. And the Joe Cool, the magnet idea, which is Joe Cool, first off, it's the coolest name ever. But what I could do is sand down some of this, make this a little smaller, and put different wood on with a magnet. Click right on the face, right? And then I've got different center options. Also could be cool. I gotta mess around with that. Tiffany S says, man, so awesome. It turned out amazing. Thank you, Tiffany. I think it did good. I think we did good here. She says, you do killer work, my dude. Love it. Thank you so much, Tiffany. We just got some color on this thing. Well, not color on it, but some linseed oil on it. And it has just been populating ever since. It's just something nice about it. So I'm just going to put on a couple of coats every time it sort of calms down a little bit. I'm going to just put some more in there. This is, like I said, this wood is 100 years old. It is the driest wood. I've ever handled. Um, in fact, when you go to get what you would get fine shavings ordinarily off of, this would, instead of shavings, you would get like a dust. It would just break up into a very fine dust. So it's super light. I really can't. We put it on the scale a little bit ago. It's almost exactly twice as heavy as just that fabric cloth one. So it's like having a thicker material bow tie. And I got the size pretty accurate, pretty close to what that one is. So it shouldn't be clunky. Shouldn't be too bulky to wear. But this would be a nice flex at a sawhorse convention. But you know me, I'm gonna wear it wherever. I'll be at my kid's band recital, orchestra with a wooden bow tie on and some suspenders, Old man business. Well, we got that done, y'all. I think we got that done. Tiffany says she loves the way that it makes the grain pop. Yeah, I think so. I really like it. I really, really like it. It's got so much, so many pores in there. You just gotta keep working it. Man, it felt good to do something cool and interesting. I gotta figure out what next. But this would be nice to show you. I'll show you what watch I'd wear with it. I did not make the watch. I did not make the watch, but that'd be a good match, right? Tiffany said, how sweet would it be if we were to do a series of bow ties? Tiffany, that's right up my alley. Look, I will do nonsense repeated. Listen, I'm going to show you who you're dealing with here, Miss Tiffany, right? I'm going to show you who you're dealing with here. This is my mallet collection. These are currently all of them. Most of my mallets, not even all of them. But, yeah. When I like doing something, I will continue doing it. So don't threaten me with a good time. I'm with. Here's the couple of things that I was considering. One, maybe out of this wood, but it's so thin, it wouldn't do the same things that this thicker material would do. Because it has to be pretty thick to make those turns. And I couldn't make those turns out of something that thin. And my number one goal was not to make a cartoon bow tie. Tiffany says, we definitely get along. I think I may have almost as many mallets. That's awesome. That's hilarious. Corey says, damn it, Wes, lie to me and tell me you made the watch. No, man, I don't want to put your expectations there. I do not. I do not. Um, I'll tell you, these will be I'll put my three favorite things right here next to each other that I've made recently. Um, I'm entering my carving era, I think. And I got my carving stuff Wednesday. This is what I've done since last Wednesday. So I'm fascinated. Gagey says, care to share? Yeah, I had two winners for my mallet contest, but yeah, for one of them, you had the heart mallet. You had to be a member of the channel. But I also did a draw of the subscribers that asked to be in the contest from the video. But I'm definitely gonna have more. Joe said I also made him Joe Kittok, not to be confused with Joe Cool. Says I also made a mold of mine and made a few different color copies in epoxy. Oh, that would be interesting. What about laminating several of the thinner pieces? You could have a sweet rainbow effect. Now, the reason I wasn't going to do the lamination was because I wouldn't be able to get the ripple, but you're saying let it happen and let the carving through the wood be the pattern. That's brilliant. That is brilliant, Tiffany. 100% I'm going to do that. Says I'm loving the bass of violin. Yeah, this is a violin. I have to make a box for this. This is for a subscriber. And this is made to be a pendant. That's why I've got these little blocks back here. They do two things. They hold these strings from being able to come out and keep them taut. And they'll also keep that metal off the person's skin if they are metal sensitive like me. I wouldn't be able to wear it without that blocking. But it's a pendant. And I always wanted to carve a spoon. And I saw Lion's fish shop. He carved a spoon, and I watched him, and I was fascinated with it. And I could watch for hours doing it. And then I got some basswood and a little $15, maybe $20 carving kit off of Amazon, and made these things. I did use this rotary tool for this. Very little for that, but a lot for that. And the spoon was all knife carving. So, Tiffany says I did killer on it for real. Thanks. Tiffany says a lot of colors you could layer, even more original. Yes, Tiffany, you are absolutely right. And you know what I could also do with these? I can rip these into little pieces, right? And for instance, I could actually have a layer of this, bam, 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 just in 3 slices. So they're directional with the grain of the wood going that way as well. And I could layer it that way even with the other colors. That would be awesome. That would be hot. I'm doing that, Tiffany. I'm doing that. That's a great idea. Thank you. Do you mind if I make you a mod in here, Miss Tiffany? Hey, Lignum, how you doing? Carnage, how you doing? How you doing, bro? Hey, sorry to bother you, but do you know when the mallet is gonna get here, brother? Yes. It will get there probably sometime next week. Yes, that'd be like some of those sweet cutting boards in the miniature with all the designs. Yeah, that's a good idea, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. It definitely gives me something to do. It definitely gives me something to do. In fact, I might do some glue ups for that tonight so they'll be ready for tomorrow. You know what I mean? And if I do them in the wood glue, which is my preference, let's see if I get you a little bit more light down here. I like it. Oh, how sweet. My first time mod, but I appreciate you. Yeah, yeah. What may be the most beautiful hammer on the planet? I can't wait to get it. Absolutely, man. What I found out is there's a couple of things. Like the boiled linseed oil, I'm pretty new to. But what I'm finding out is that you should treat it at least for a couple of weeks and then put the sealer slash finish on it so that it's protected. And I think I was jumping the gun on sending it out a little too soon. And I got paranoid about it getting damaged in the process, so I've just been coating it up and keeping it clean. But I've got a couple more going out this weekend. I've got to put another coat on the heart mallet. I don't know if y'all seen that one. It's my latest. This is the one that won the contest, or well, that I gave away to a subscriber. So I've really been enjoying this carving. Thank you, Gagey. Have a great day or evening. All right, Carnage, take it easy. Yeah, it's late here too. I just couldn't sleep, so I said I'll do something productive. You know, and I got myself a little baby step closer to another project. Really. Got it finished. I think we're happy. I'm gonna do some glue ups. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. I think I want that. I think I want that. And then maybe let's look at our sizes though. See how the sizes match up, how many I can fit and get out of that. Basically one. So I'll just glue up 3 of these and we'll go walnut to the cherry, back to walnut. And then And that way we can get a nice look. Got that. And then we'll get a little bit more clever as we do some more. Good night, Carnage. Have a great night. Scoop Doobie. Scoob Doobie, I'd be in here hollering and blowing horns. I would be. If it wasn't so late, my family wasn't sleeping. Look at that. That's gonna be amazing. Look at that already, though. This is a good wood for this, I think. Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Just that little bit of, I don't know if you can see it as well enough, but when you turn this one, also here, turn it, get a little. You see it. You see it. So, yeah, let's laminate these. We were happy, successful. Let's get the gloves back on and coat a couple of these things that need it. Texas ebony would be awesome. I bet that turned out great. I would imagine so. Yes, it's very hard and dense. Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. That side, and then that side. That'll be the back. Either way, let's just linseed oil, so it should be fine. It's fine. So, let's get some glue on it. Let's double check and see what side we want, because we got that potential texture on either like that or like that. I think we're good either way. Yeah. Okay. I like to use a Home Depot card because that's about what they're worth right there. They're good for spreading glue. A great company to send me a card spreader in the mail, right? A glue spreader. A great organization. All right, now I am somewhat paranoid, and I like to have a for show bond. You know what I mean? So I'm also going to put a light coat on this. Same thing with just, I'm gonna primarily focus on the edges though. Make sure I get everywhere, but I'm gonna primarily focus on being sure that my edges are good. If I gotta get more glue, I mean, it's cheap, right? But we want full adhesion. That's what we say in the industry, full adhesion. No dry spots. Face down. That's the way we. That's the way we. Oops. Nobody told you to get all in the way, fam. Nobody said get all in the way. But here you are. Here you are. Alright, back on it. Doggone it. I missed the chat. Hey Wes, I'm heading to bed in a second. Just check, see what you're making. I made that bow tie over there, up there. And now I am getting ready to make more. But first we gotta laminate and make a stock. That happened beautifully. Quite beautifully. Shall we do it again? That walnut's gonna pop. Okay, how do we want to fasten this is the question. Where do we want to go? Bunch of clips, bunch of alligator boots. I don't know. This would be a good circumstance for advice to just lock it down. But what if I had a perfectly flat chunk of wood? Like voila. Boom. then, boom, boom, situate my circumstance appropriately. Here's a slide factor. I don't like the slide factor there. I might have to convert back to more traditional methodology. We got clamps. And we are very unlikely to use a corner, so I'm going to let the corner take those clamps outside. It looks scary because they don't have rubbers on them, but don't worry. You haven't lost the board yet. Digging in the clamps if you're asking me. Because we only really need one. This is the one that we really need. This one right here. But just for balance, we'll do that one right there. Give it some residual help. But it's not really necessary. Only one that's really necessary. That one. And maybe. Yeah, this one is the one that's necessary. But the rest of these is all for show. All for show, except for this one. Do need that one. Now, this may look like a secure situation. But if the material is resting on these, it's putting a little bit of pressure, right? And downward pressure on these clamps is opening pressure on these clamps. So we want to get something underneath there just to keep it a little bit off the table, or at least the pressure off of the handles of the clamps, right? So that we got all the clamping force that we can have. The lessons from your Uncle Wes. This does it. That's wild, man. My dad was Uncle Wes forever. Now I'm Uncle Wes. Ain't that something? Mm-hmm. Just a little more clamps. Like, why would you have this many clamps and not use this many clamps? It makes no sense. You got clamps, you use clamps. Alright. And you just sit there and be pretty. Hold everything down for your boy. So I think we're good, yeah. Ever try a little salt on the glue? I recommend so nothing slides. Tried it a couple times. It did all right. Just a few grains gives you a good grip. That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. What I use is sawdust generally. If I'm thinking of, slippage, um, I'll use a little bit of the sawdust or whatever it is that I'm using. That works good too. But yeah, salt. I have done the salt trick, but it's a pretty awesome trick. It blew my mind. I had been building cabinets for years when I heard that. Lignum says, good night. I got to crash out. Make sure I use an oil base to make it pop properly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, you have a good night. Um, yep. So I'm glad y'all came out. I'm glad everybody came and stayed out with me for a little bit. If you got questions or comments or whatever, I'll be here just a little bit longer. Oh, no problem. If the sawdust is nearby, and it just like the salt, it doesn't take a whole lot. Just a little sprinkling is fine. And it does a good job. Once it did for me. Maybe I should put the bow tie back here. Stop stealing its thunder. But I am gonna put some more finish on this tonight. If I can find one right. Oh, right here. I really enjoyed building this thing. It's a lot of thoughtful things that had to happen um, in order to get it how we want it. I gotta remember to ask Violin Royalty for his email so I can get his address to send this to him though. Turned out super cool. Appreciate you, Wes. You have a great night, and hopefully we'll catch you again soon. So it's about 1:30 here. I go to work at 5:30. Woof. Yeah, go back to that adult life. Have a good night. I thank you so much for hanging out. Uh, have a great evening. Oh, have a great morning now, yeah? Put me a couple coats on here. And we'll shut it down, folks. Put a couple more coats on here and we'll shut her down. That is so good. Texture wise. Like, I'm very happy with that. Oh, Keena, thank you so much. I'm glad to see you. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you for your like. I appreciate it. Doing a little cleaning up over here. That's all. beautiful. Who's next? I think I've been underestimating how much a couple more coats to finish will do. Hey, Robert G. No, I can't sleep, man. I'm up, so you might as well be up with me. I accidentally took a nap. I dozed off after my last live. Hung out with my wife for a while and nodded right off. So I have to do some cleaning up. Oh, Kina said she was talking about the violin. Oh yeah, thanks. Thank you. All of these, everything you see on this table is for a subscriber. And nothing you see on this table has been purchased. But they've all been won by a subscriber. Let me zoom back a little bit. So we can see. This is a pendant for a subscriber. Violin royalty. And this is a mallet made for a subscriber. Carnage Bladesmith, if you want to go see him or, made this for him. Did some epoxy resin in there. Carved that. That was cool. Miss Heather from Dad's Workshop entered our contest to win this mallet that I did for the heart contest with Dellins. Handmade something. Dang it, I forget his name all the time. So, yeah. This one is 5 different woods. What I really like about this one was the head. I've got a 7-piece wedge in the head of that holding this together. And I did a little negative space cutout of that heart in the mallet. So, not sure where this cut off at, but y'all have a good night. Thanks for joining me. Good night. I appreciate you. And come hang out tomorrow. We'll have something else to do. Peace, everybody.